Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, send out any last minute text to everyone on the team. Let them know we have a Zoom starting in a couple minutes. If you would. Hello, Carol Storms. Carol Storms, do you have any great value you want to start this call off with? I know you always have incredible words of wisdom, and I haven't talked to you in a week or so.
Oh, wow. Incredible words of wisdom.
Well, come on, share it with us, young lady.
You know what? Somebody posted today on one of the groups, I think it may have been Bronze or one of them, and it was all about, you know what, activity. Don't worry about the outcome, just focus on the activity. And, you know, it took me a long time to understand that in this industry. It really did, because I am like, what do you mean? What does that even mean? Don't worry about the outcomes. Like, we need to be worried about the outcomes. That's how we get paid. But in reality, if you just worry about the activity and you're doing your activities well and you're reaching out to people, the outcome will take care of itself. This is a numbers game. And it's not even a reasonable numbers game. Sometimes you reach out to two people and both of them say, sure, I'm down, I'm in, and they become promoters. And then sometimes you reach out to 10 and everybody says, no, thanks, I don't want that. So it's the craziest thing. So every morning I start my business this way, and I'm this crazy early bird. So I'm up between 5:30 and 6. That's when I'm at my desk. And I don't burn it at this end very often, so I stay up for these calls. But I will say when I start, I write down my 3 things I'm grateful for and why, and what will make this day unbelievably spectacular. And the crazy thing is that it probably, in the course of about a week, I would say 2 days, that comes true. What I'm saying is, what will make this day spectacular? And it blows me away every time it happens. Like today, I had a number for my business that I wanted to hit, and it was pretty unreasonable given where my business is, but I wanted to do basically $8,000 in my business today. And you know what? I exceeded it. And that is what is so crazy about this business. If you actually believe it, it can happen. But you don't just sitting there eating bonbons and believing it isn't going to make it work. You've got to put in the work and reach out to people and just share. Because otherwise it's like you've got a McDonald's franchise and there's yellow tape around the building and the door. You might have the hamburgers inside, you might have the staff inside, everybody's ready to go, but nobody can get in. So cut that yellow tape. If it's you and you haven't been sharing it with people, just start reaching out to people. You're in this business for a reason. So there's no downside in reaching out. And just say, hey, have you heard about the happy coffee everybody's talking about? Or start posting some unbelievable stories and then watch the magic unfold. That's all I have, Shweta.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carol. Always have some good nuggets. Let me press mute on everybody because I'm having to sit here and press every mute as people are jumping on board with background noise. Hey guys, as a team, as a habit, if we could, as you're jumping on any Zoom or any kind of conference call, make it a habit to make sure that either your phone or your computer is muted, because nothing like, breaking the concentration of whoever's trying to share value with you guys when there's a bunch of background noise, people's cars opening, conversations, you name it. It just makes it so much easier. And yes, I can go and mute people, but just get in the practice of it, because there's going to be a time where you're going to be the one talking on these calls. You're going to be sharing because, again, we didn't get started in this business to be basically the ones to do all the work. And we talked about an environment. We talked about an environment that if you plant your seed, you get to become the best version of yourself, for you to be able to grow, for you to be able to mentor into a place where you're running huge organizations, huge teams. And we really want that for all of you all. So again, act as if. Start acting now like you are that person. And what will happen is, as you start manifesting those activities, you will become that. So one of those things is making sure that we're muted. It's a very simple thing, but it can make a big difference on the way that a call goes. I've literally seen calls get ruined because of people that were unmuted. So with that being said, I know that's all the fun stuff. So let's get some more fun stuff out of the way. Guys, as we are growing, I know a lot of us we're handling a lot of the customer service issues for our teams, and we were being customer service. And what we want to make sure is that's not something that really duplicates. So I know that, customer service has been a little cumbersome to get through, but it has been improving dramatically. And with that, we want to make sure that, if you are reaching out to your upline to get assistance, reach out to one. Because what I'm seeing is people are sending the same message to myself and Ricky and Judy and this person and that person and all this, and they're grouping a bunch of people but not letting us know. And then 5 people are working on the same issue, and it just creates more of the issues of, customer service not being able to handle things when we're trying to help get that situation resolved. So one, try to handle situations yourself. I mean, that's one of the first steps in leadership is your income is going to be dictated by the level of problems that you can solve. And, in this wonderful business of direct sales, network marketing, community marketing, whatever you want to call it, our number one commodity is people. But in dealing with people, what you want to realize is that people be crazy. People are nuts, right? So I was talking to a good friend of mine who's a leader in another company today, and she was saying, one of the things we were talking about, all the skills that we had acquired over the years and some of the trainings that we had listened to. And we said when we really started to get it was when we put our focus in on learning people over anything else. When we just really worked on developing relationships with people and learning how to understand people and understanding their patterns and how people respond to things, and our ability to respond to people versus react to people when people do certain things is a major component in leadership. And we were just talking about this, and it was just really enlightening just talking to someone outside of the organization, outside the team, and just, really just bouncing ideas off. And she had shared some really good nuggets with you guys, which I plan on sharing some of that before the end of the call. So with that, I have no idea where I was going with that. But yeah, people are crazy. That was the whole point of that. People are nuts. So our ability to deal with people is really going to be the ability, and the problems that we can handle is going to dictate how big our checks get, right? Big problems, guys, when we were going through the massive growth that we went through, there was a lot of emotional management that we had to go through and that we worked through. And, leaders are paid according to that. I also saw other teams that when they had challenges, they started to fold. They started to focus on those little challenges. They started to put energy into those things. And it's literally, I just got off a live that I did on a Facebook Live where I was talking about focus. And yesterday, my wife, my bride, Jill, brings up a point of, she goes, it's so crazy how we can literally attract anything in our lives. And I'm like, and she goes, I remember when, Ryan, yesterday was my daughter's birthday, Ryan, and I was relaunching my business. I had lost my direct sales business, my network marketing business for Katrina. And it was 2006, and I was about to relaunch and re-engage into that business, and I was going to go all in. So there was an event that was coming up on October 14th, and one of my mentors, Patrick Shaw, was coming into town, and I built for that event. So guys, I want you to take a couple things out of this. One, we're going to talk about focus, and number two, we're talking about building for an event. Many times people look at the event of the lead up to the event as just for the event. But the event doesn't make you money unless you put a lot of people in it, right? So it's the activity that you do from now into the event of our Elevate event. It's that activity that's going to dictate what comes out of the event. So what I recommend doing is building into the event. It's the activity that you do every day, not just trying to get people there, but it's the activity of every day, building a value with people, sharing what we're doing with people, and then sharing the value of what you're excited about at the event, so where they want to be at the event, not you telling them to be at the event, right? But it's not the event that does it. Yes, the event creates massive cohesiveness. It's unbelievable to see all the people that you might be looking at right now on the Zoom, and to be able to see those people and hug those people and have that, you know, kumbaya session of everybody being together. It's the together that really creates that bond that holds the family together, right? See, people will quit a business, but they won't quit a family. My buddy Robbie and I, he was over here earlier today, and we were talking about, he's been out of the game for a while, but we were talking about how much we missed the camaraderie of all of us. We had a huge, close-knit group of people, and it's like, you know, man, I really missed that. And then now he's looking at what we're doing over here and how it's so different. And he was one of those people that was burnt out on the game, that didn't want to do the whole meetings thing and go, you know, we were literally building from home party to home party to home party to home party. And we just didn't have the energy to do that anymore. But the way that we're building this business has been totally different. And now he's starting to say, wow, this is amazing. And he tried the coffee, and now he's like totally blown out that way. But we were talking about the camaraderie of missing of, you know, of the events and why they're so important. So I want to share that. Now going back to my daughter's story. I was building into this event for well over a month, where every day that's what I was doing. I was meeting with people, sitting down with them, and then talking about how they have to come meet this guy. And I was promoting the guy, not the actual event, because this was somebody I really looked up to. And the guy, you know, was going to do a fantastic training, and I knew it. And I just was building into the event. Well, I kept telling my wife, as long as you don't have the baby on the 14th, as long as you don't have the baby on the 14th, as long as we don't have it on the 14th. And guys, because I kept focused on that, what happened, Jill? I had the baby on the, well, she had the baby on the 14th. And I remember at 2 o'clock in the morning, she wakes up and stands up on side the bed, making a mess on my carpet, water broken. And I'm like, look at the mess you made. No, I didn't say that, but I just thought it'd be funny right now. But I was like, no. And I was like, you can't have the baby right now. And she's like, what do you want me to do? I can't stop it. And she's over there, and I was saying, not today. And literally, guys, this is what, it was so funny, because literally every day I kept telling her, because I was building for this event, not on the 14th, not on the 14th, not on the 14th, not on the 14th. Guys, you attract whatever you focus on, good or bad. So if you focus on being, not being in debt, not being in debt, not being in debt, guess what? You're going to be in debt. If you're focused on not being like your parents, you know, I just don't want to be like my parents were. I don't want to be like my parents. You're going to look up and you're going to say something to your kids, and you're going to realize that you are your parents, because you have focused on not being like them so much that you became just like them. And I'm sharing this because, guys, you can attract whatever it is that you want in your life by focusing in on that. And if you want to become successful, if you want to become wealthy, if you want to become free, focus on that, not on your bills. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Focus on how you want to be, not on where you are. So many people stay focused on where they are that they stay stuck and don't understand why. It's about focusing on where you want to be. See, you want to think not where you are, but where you want to be, because your past doesn't equal your future. Your present doesn't equal your future. Your vision, your mindset equals where you're going. See, because you cannot stop a man or woman that will not quit going towards their dreams. But you have to be focused on your dreams instead of being focused on your lack of whatever it is that you have in your life. The lack of money, the lack of relationships, the lack of wherever you are. But if you focus on where you want to go, that's where you'll end up. And I share this all the time when I'm doing welcome calls, or, you know, however you want to say it, welcome calls, welcome a new person into the group. But I'm always sharing about how every single day when we got started here, I was focused in on getting that boat so I could watch this little girl who stands right. Come over here, woman. This is my 12-year-old that I was so focused on her not coming out on the 14th. What's your birthday? October 14th, because that's what I focused on, right? So with that being said, you know, it's not the boat that I was focused on. It was the smile on this one's face when she was being pulled behind the boat. It was watching the joy. And guys, I can't even put into words when you watch your child's face just being so lit up with joy. And you have to know what that is for you. What is it that drives you? What is it that's important to you? Where do you want to go? And how is this vehicle going to help you achieve that? See, a lot of people aren't attracted to money. And I'm going to let everyone know that money does not motivate you. I don't care what personality type you are. Even if you're a red, money doesn't motivate you. It's what you can do with the money, no matter what personality type you are. Whether you're a money-driven person, the only reason why you're driven by money is because it allows you to do certain things. Guys, what money is freedom. Money is freedom of choice. Money is the freedom of not having to look at the right side of the menu before you look at the left. You know, and going through the struggles that we went through, you know, going through those struggles, and then now not having to worry about that stuff, it's like a pattern shift. And I remember talking to Shane about this. You know, he's like, oh my God, I'm making more money than I've ever imagined. Like, I don't, like, he's saving up all this money. So congratulations, Shane, not going out and buying all kinds of stuff, but he's making a substantial amount of money, and he's saving this money. And I'm sharing that because he's going to be able to do something special with it, right? But the money is not what's going to motivate people. It's what you can actually do with the money. And it's what things in your life change because of it. Those are the things that if you can get very clear of what that is what's going to drive you. And guys, freedom. So back to, I'm going to jump around, guys. That's what I do, ADD story. Woo woo. So last week while I was in Dallas, my wife brought the kids out to eat, or went on a date with my son. And of course, they go to, you know, where did they go? They go to Texas Roadhouse, right? And my son, he's going to order the filet, right? But when we were financially struggling, like, I would have been like, why does this kid order the most expensive thing every time? You know, like, that would have been the mindset. What is it going to feel like when you don't have to worry about that anymore? And it doesn't matter what the right side of the menu looks like. It doesn't matter how much gas is, right? Guys, you get a luxury car, guess what? They take premium gas. You now just 50 cents a gallon, and you're sitting there looking at saving 2 cents to go to that gas station. And it blows me away, guys. I used to do it. I would drive miles out of the way to go save 10 cents a gallon. And like, what are you saving? Like $1? I mean, come on. Like, I mean, it's smart to save money, but to go out of your way and probably spend almost $1 to go save $1 doesn't make sense, right? But guys, what if you can just come from a place of abundance? Come from a place of wealth. What does that look like? What does it feel like to you to be able to do that? I know this is off on a tangent, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, you can have whatever it is that you want. I know that I went off on a tangent when it comes to focus. So focus on what it is that drives you, that makes you, that creates that burning desire. When you wake up in the morning, that you just have that burning desire that you want to basically go out there and share this with everyone that you know, that you want to help impact them and change their life. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up to any leader that wants to share, and a leader is somebody that shares, right? And I'm not, when I say leader, I'm not talking about ranks. We're not talking about positional leadership. But if you have value or a nugget that you want to open up and share, I know we have a lot of incredible leaders on this team. I want to open it up.
Wait up.
Go ahead.
So it's funny that you're talking about what you're talking about, because I just did a Facebook Live talking about just how dreams can come to reality. And it's crazy because literally 10 months ago, I tell this story all the time. I was broke, like emotionally, spiritually, financially. And I was on Team Zooms just like this back in January when this thing first got started. And it's funny because I was hearing it over and over and over of whatever you think literally comes to reality. And it's the first time in my life that I've actually been so clear on a vision, even when I didn't have any idea how I was going to do it. I didn't doubt my ability necessarily, but I had no idea the actual activity it was going to take. I didn't have a plan. I just knew where I wanted to go. And it's cool because as I sit here and, everybody's messaged me and said, awesome place and all these things, and it means the world to me. But to me, it's not like having this that matters as much as just seeing and actually feeling dreams coming to reality. Because this was on my dream board when I started the year of 2018, to be debt free, to have an apartment in uptown Charlotte, to be back on my own, because I had to move back in with my dad. Like I was in a bad spot after I had been moved out on my own for 3 years. And it's just cool because we literally have our hands on a vehicle, and we have the community here to help drive people to really be the best that they want to be, the best that they can be. And I'm just proud to be an entrepreneur because you know what? It's just heart, it's vision, it's belief, and it's collaboration. And if you can pair all of that together and just relentlessly go out there on fire to want to share this with people. I mean, these products are amazing. At the end of the day, everyone loves dose. And where this is going and the vision Robert has for all of us, it's just exciting. Like this is just seriously the beginning of the beginning. Like we're not even we people say we haven't gotten started from a motivational standpoint, but we really haven't gotten started. So I'm excited to see all of you in Atlanta. If you hadn't, got tickets for that, it's life changing. It really is. Just really being a part of the culture and the community. So hope to see everyone there. And that was it. So back to you.
How much credit card?
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead, Ricky.
Hey, Tony Garcia, you out there? Can you unmute yourself real quick?
Are y'all gonna break down the groups?
Yeah.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you let everyone know what we've done with the groups and stuff like that, please?
Sure. Yes. Okay. So, for those of you that don't already know, over the weekend we got together and we made a couple of changes that are going to benefit us in a big way. So the Team Rise customer page is now Team Rise Community. And so this group is designed to help you to build your business, basically. So if you're out there planting seeds and you have this group, this place to invite your potentials and your customers to, so that they can see positive, they get positive reinforcement on the products that you've already shared with them. It's just been a really powerful way that we've been able to build our business personally for our team. So we did that. In that group, the biggest change that's taken place within that group is where instead of doing separate welcome posts every time you add a new customer, a new potential that's going to be taking a look at it, we have a there that's a welcome post. And if you could just welcome them to that, I'm going to give them directions of, let them know kind of what the group is about and what it's designed. But it also lets them know that when they're ready to get back with you, the person that added them to the group. So so just know that any welcome post, any welcoming that you want to do, be sure that you do it to that welcome pin post. That's that welcome post that's pinned to the top. And we also want to encourage testimonials in there, because if this is going to be a place that if you really use it for what it's designed for, it truly could be a powerful thing to help you build your business. And so what we want, and the reason why we're stopping the post in the feed and putting this on this welcome post, is so that when your potentials go in there, or your customers even, they go in there, they're seeing positive testimonies. And so with that being said, as you're doing your customer follow-ups, be sure that when your customers share with you their exciting news, ask them to go and share in there, as well as you know, all of you go in there and share your personal testimonies, because all that's going to be powerful when your customers, be sure that you include in your testimonies what products you're using. If you're using a new product that you're loving the results of it, be sure that you go in there and share that. I love it when we share, because we have a group like this. We have grown our group to over 16,000 people. And whenever we share a new product in there, like today somebody shared Keto Cray. So there's lots of questions on Keto Cray in there, because most of our customers, you know, they're getting started with our staple products, but from time to time, when we can share additional products that they're not too familiar with in there, and a good positive testimony, that's going to spark some new interest. And then also Ricky posted in there yesterday a customer, it's going to be a monthly ongoing customer incentive that we're going to have. And so the customers are going to be incentivized by sharing their experience on their page. So the group in itself is the #1 resource that we can have as a team, but the #2 huge resource that you're going to have, this can be a huge in helping you to build your business, is as you're doing your customer follow-ups and getting good feedback from your customers, ask that customer to share that experience that they just shared with you. Would you mind sharing that on your Facebook and tag me too? And that's going to get you into a drawing for a free container of Keto Cray this month. So that's been really, really powerful for us, and helping our team to get new customers and even new distributors from that. Lots of new distributors and customers have come from having our customers to share. So, you know, just get your business so much more exposure without you having to do the work. So that's for the customer page. Ricky, do you want me to go ahead and share the change for the Team Rise page as well?
Absolutely, Tony.
All of it. So with the Team Rise page, with the Team Rise Elapreneurs page, the only change that we've made in there, Ricky made, not us. We kind of all did it together, but they're the same with the welcome post, because we find that it's really hard to find information. If you go in there looking for something, it's really hard to spool through all of the welcome posts. So we're going to have one welcome of the month. So you can still make the pretty pictures and put your little welcome, you know, your write-up for your new Elapreneur. We still want them to feel special and welcome, but just instead of putting it in the feed, we're going to put it on, there's a post in there for all of the welcomes of October. So put that on there with their little write-up, and it's just going to be the same. We still can welcome them and you know, within the comment section of that post. Okay, it's still going to be the same. It's just going to go into a different place to free up the feed, so that as Elapreneurs, we can see important information that the leaders are sharing there with us. And then the other thing you asked me to remind you, Ricky, was that we remind everyone to register your convention tickets. So. Anything to that, Ricky?
No, that's it. You're so awesome. And you see, like I was telling you this weekend, Tony, I'm smart enough to know the ladies are a lot smarter than us. So thank you so much for covering that information for us tonight.
You're very welcome.
Pass it back over to Chris.
Awesome. And Cassandra Monday, I want to call you on the spot in 1 second as well. I didn't see your camera on, but I know you're on. I'd love you to share what happened at the event this weekend. But guys, one thing before I forget about it, you know, we had a price increase that was announced that will go into effect at the end of November. And when I was talking about focus earlier and talking about, you know, where you put your focus, what we've paid attention to is people have focused in on the little things that really are very insignificant. And if you start going, oh my God, it went up $4 and like make that a big deal, guys, we have if you look at other weight loss coffees that don't have the nootropics and what we have, and does not do what we do, our coffee does, they're around $60 to $70 for a month's supply. And ours is only $40. So for it to go to $44, like, it's still underpriced. I hear Gavin say it all the time. Like, our products are so underpriced. People will pay a lot more to feel like this. $4, you know, pennies per serving is not going to cause people to not buy the stuff. You're the only person that's going to cause people to not buy it based on your mindset and the way that you act about it. So don't let the little things, guys, gas goes up. You sit there and go, oh my God, yes, some people do. They'll complain all about the gas going up, but there's nothing you can do about that. See, prices and commodities and all change. The grocery store goes up. You go, well, I'm not going to buy chicken because it's this much a pound instead of this. So you just want to make sure that you are focusing in on the right things. So somebody's asking if they can make a comment, as long as it's a positive comment. As long as you're not going to get on here and start crying. So
It's Andrew here.
Go ahead.
Just quickly, in regards to the comments about postage, okay, from Australia. Okay, now, you know, people were saying the $30 US flat rate was too expensive, but I keep on reminding people that prior to you guys and working with UPS for the $30 flat rate, we were doing domestic handling and shipping from Texas. Then we were going through a third party. Then we were reliant on their charges, and then we were paying GST for our country. So the price that we're paying now, we are still saving huge amounts of money. It's brilliant. You know, and I have to remind people that they say, oh, $30 US to Australia, that's a lot of money. It's not compared to what we had before, and it is direct. Yes, we're a little bit longer with shipping than the US and Canadian counterparts, but it is amazing that you have this system in place for us, and I thank you all for your hard work for doing that. And it has saved me money, and it's brilliant. So I just wanted to make a comment. So thank you for that. So people will whinge and complain, saying, "Oh, this is the increase and the 10%." But as you said, our products are so cheap that another $4, and then you have direct shipping with that flat rate. It's a win-win. So yes, things will change, but thank you very much for your comments, and I'll mute now. Thank you.
So guys, it's all on how you frame it. And just so you guys in Canada, I mean, not in Canada, in Australia know, right now they can't even get the coffee, right? So they're like, well, what do we do? Like, this is how you need to frame this, right? Every single person right now should be getting on auto ship, smart ship. Because whatever price you're paying on smart ship, your price will never go up. Well, what we're going to try to work with the company with is whoever's on auto ship in Australia. This is what we're working for, Andre, just so you guys know, because I know we have a lot of Australians that are going to probably ask, what about us? And we can't be on auto ship right now. And
hey, Chris, can I cut you off for a second?
Yep.
All right. That's not true what you just said. We're going to be grandfathered in for a solid year, and then the prices will go up at 10%. Okay?
But we're grandfathered in for the next year. For whoever buys it on auto ship, you'll basically stay at the same price. So with that, guys, it's all on how you frame it. So right now, this is the time to use this is, hey, you want to be on smart ship now because you're going to grandfather at this price for the next year, and you're going to save, money over the next year. So what we're going to talk to them about, and we're going to suggest, and it's not given in stone yet, but I know the Australians are going to ask after the call, so I'm going to say it. We're going to talk to them on whoever is on an auto ship already, because you guys can't be on an auto ship on coffee. But if you are showing a record to be on an auto ship, if you could be grandfathered in, so we're going to be talking to them about that. So it's not set in stone. We do not know if that's going to be the case, but I know that you guys are going to ask, so I just wanted to throw it out there. So thank you so much, Ricky, for clarifying that. But guys, you're going to lock in for your auto ship for the next year if you're on smart ship now. So we have now until the end of November to get everyone on a smart ship. So it's all on how you frame it. You can use this as a way to really, blow this thing up. I was in a company where the price changed, where they would literally do 50% off sales on becoming a promoter. So it was either going to cost like it was either going to cost $249 or like $149. It wasn't cut in half, but then they would do these discounts. And the people that came in at $149, if they focused in on they came in at $149, they had problems enrolling people at $249. But if they never focused on that, if they looked at, oh my God, I got a sale, it never messed with them. But some people, if they basically looked at it at one price, it would freak them out, and they could never do a price above that because they didn't pay that. So I just want to say it's all on how you frame it. So Cassandra, I saw that your camera's back on. You want to share what happened at the event and how incredible it was? Because I know Ian shared with me that you guys had an incredible event.
Yeah, and thank you. And thanks for everyone that made the event what it was. It was absolutely incredible. We had 87 people total in Regina at the event, and it will just go to show the last week everyone really put in a lot of hard work and effort, because I want to say, and Tina can jump on, and I mean if I'm wrong, but the beginning of the week there was only about 20 people that had RSVP'd, and that was on the beginning of the week. Then Saturday we were at 87 people, so an amazing turnout. The second half, about half stayed, and we had a lot of new faces in the room. And I'll be honest, before the event we had this outline that we were looking at doing. There were still some things we covered, but Chris, you know what we decided? We said we threw the outline in the garbage. We just went with it. And I'm telling you, we kept it super simple. We spoke from the heart. We shared stories, and we just had a really good time, and everyone loved it, and we've just had, the best feedback, and they're like ready to have another event.
So what you're saying is that you guys didn't explain the science of how the product balances out your hormones, and then your brain secretes dopamine, serotonin, endorphins because of the cybocyrum in the P32 modulator and all the stuff that we have no idea what in the world it means. Y'all didn't go over all that stuff?
Not at all. And the really funny part was Ian was getting people excited in the beginning. He was like, so who wants to hear about the science? And there were some people that raised their hand, right? The greens in the room. And then he's like, this is it. And he gave a very simple explanation. And he's like, if you want to know the science, we can send you to the information. But no, we didn't talk about that at all. We really just shared stories. And like I said, it was an incredible turnout. I do want Tina just to come on and share real quick, because I want to share, and a lot of people know, and I know we have quite a few Canadians on here, but we've had the shipping cost, go up. And I just want Tina to share, because they've had more growth this month with that, that shipping price, more growth in the team. So I just want Tina to share a little bit of mindset on that. If you want to go ahead and unmute, Tina.
Excellent. Thanks, Cassandra. It was great having you guys come to Little Regina here in Saskatchewan. It was great. Just to touch, what we did, we had very minimal numbers, and in the end, we had 87 people show up, and everybody just loved it. And the feedback was we weren't talking, all we were doing was telling stories. We were sitting around afterwards, and we have had nothing but shipping issues here in Canada. We have had the shipping prices go to $40. And I've talked to many other promoters across Canada, and they're asking, what are we doing? What are we doing? And it's completely on the delivery. I have to be honest, my volume went up $8,000. My team's volume went up $8,000 or 8,000 volume, the month of September. I became platinum with our volume at the highest. And I have to say it's because every member of my team was positive, and we found solutions to work with the $40 shipping. And I think that was the biggest part, is that the team, we got together, we found solutions, and we went together with it, and we grew, and we're already growing again more this month. So that's just something that we have found, just that we used it as a positive with the shipping, and we went with it, and that's what the team's done. So
I don't know about all this, Tina. This just sounds this sounds a little shady to me. So you're saying that the price went up, and you've been involved for how long, Tina?
I came in December.
Okay, so almost a year, so 8-9 months, right? And
Yes.
the price goes up, and your team grows dramatically, and you break a rank. Like, that just doesn't even seem possible.
You know, it's funny because that's exactly what I thought too. And we kept growing by leaps and bounds every day. Nobody got sad. Nobody got upset that shipping was 40. To be honest, some of us were happy that we got a flat rate, that we weren't dealing with UPS calling us anymore. We weren't dealing with them asking us for money. We knew it was $40 and nothing else was going to happen to us, or no calls. So we went with it, and we done amazing. And it's because the team was positive right from all of us. Like, each and every one of us here in Regina were positive.
That's incredible. Great job, Tina. We have to have another one of our crazy.
May I say something?
Sure.
This is Abby. May I speak?
We have somebody with a baby saying a bunch of stuff in the background.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's me. I have my daughter here. I wanted to just say that I used to work for a different MLM company before, and I know the corporate aspect of it and the business and sales side aspect of it, and the way that they were able to save on shipping for Canada was to use the U.S. Postal Service as the shipping method, and then they would still pay shipping, and then it would just take longer to get their product. So it was delayed in customs, which we had no control over. But that's the solution they had for shipping.
Well,
that saved lots of money.
We started off with that, and that wasn't necessarily, so it's going to go down. So just to let you guys know that that's all in the works.
Okay.
Right now we are where we are just based on a temporary perspective due to the fact that we have to have everything coded into the system, so where everything will be real time. So when someone orders something ABC over here, it's going to calculate their taxes, the brokerage fees in that area, the fuel taxes. They have all these extra taxes in each area. And what we're dealing with right now is basically the fact that they have to just coordinate it all to where it's going to be, everything will be real time in each area. So with that being said, I know Molly Rank said she had a quick nugget she wanted to share, which is a positive thing. So Molly, over to you. Let me unmute you because you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Thank you, Chris. I just heard this today. I heard this, first of all, it's my 50th birthday today, and I got my 100th customer, so I was excited. But the reason I got my 100th customer was because a customer that just ordered two days ago told her friend about this product. And that customer that ordered 2 days ago was one of my very first seeds I planted as a customer myself back in January, way before I started selling and being a promoter. But the little nugget that I heard today was, do not dig up in doubt a seed that you have planted in faith. And that just touched me, and I wanted to share that.
Awesome. Let me ask you this. Have you ever done this style of marketing before?
I've never done any kind of MLM before.
Okay. Guys, do you realize she just said she had 100 customers? I want to point out the fact that that does not happen in the average company, right? What we have is extremely special. When you have brand new people that have never done this style of business before, that have 100 customers, that's called a clue. It's a clue that, you know, we have something extremely special. We have something that you can share stories with people, and people just say, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I want to try that. Now, when you said, you know, you started selling this, how hard do you have to sell it, and how do you go about doing
that? That's not my child. Okay, so here you go. Anyways, no, I just wanted to share with other friends. Like I said, I shared back in January with this particular friend way before I was selling this. And in March, when I started having a couple more friends interested, Cindy, my promoter, said, hey, you could do this too. So I did, and I just share it. That's all I do.
So you were already sharing it with people before you actually enrolled to be able to share it and actually get paid.
Yep.
That's another thing that's extremely special about what we're doing. When you have customers that are basically, and guys, just to let you know, that is, Molly's the best type of promoter. A promoter that comes from being a customer first, that loves the product and is telling people about it for free, and then they realize they can get paid to do what they've been doing for free. It's the best kind of promoters versus you trying to get people. You trying to convince people, you need to join my team and we need to make money, and the money talk, the money talk, the money talk. Guys, the money talk does not keep people stuck in the business, does not keep people here. But when you have a product that basically people are like, I love this stuff, I feel amazing, and they want to tell people about it, whether they're getting paid or not, that is called a home run. And that's exactly what we have. And that is available for every single one of you all. Every one of us have the same product. Every single one of us have the same company, the same comp plan. It's a matter of what you do about it. It's a matter of how you feel about it. With that being said, any other leaders want to share anything else before I share what my friend told me on the call earlier and close out this bad boy?
Can I have one more comment, please?
Sounds like you're going to give it to us anyway, Andre. Go ahead, buddy.
My apologies.
It's all good, buddy. I'm messing with you.
I just started working with Keto Crave, okay, in the last month. And once again, the weight loss has gone from weight on the scales to inches, okay? So it's another brilliant product. We're working with what we have in Australia. And now I'm working with the skincare. So we have the Timeless. And I've been trolling the internet, and I've got all these positive reviews, and we are just going gangbusters with what we have at the moment. So it's just been incredible. I mean, yes, it's frustrating we have no coffee or chocolate, but by the same token, the Keto Crave, working with your normal coffee and working on this and educating people in Australia, it's just been brilliant. So I'm so, and people with the Xanthamax, oh my goodness. My sister had a knee operation 6 weeks ago, okay? Her doctor is amazed at her recovery. I'm not saying anything, but I just asked her to take her Xanthamax twice a day, and she's now walking without a crutch after major invasive knee surgery. And I just wanted to just pass this on because whatever product I try on myself and my family, it just has a very good effect and a positive effect. And as such, I will leave you in peace, but by the same token, even when we get coffee and chocolate again, you know, we'll be like New Zealand. It'll just explode. And I'm so envious of you guys in the US and in, North America and New Zealand. But thank you very, very much for your input and these lives you give us all the time and the education you give us, because it's so important to keep us revved and, inform us. And, and then we'll go out and research. And I found a beauty blogger today who was talking about your products. She's not related to Elevacity, but she tried it. She loved it. And I posted that on a local Facebook page here, because it's important for people to understand, well, what are the ingredients? What's going on? How we do this? And it's like, it's amazing. So thank you very, very much. And yes, okay, stop. Thank you
so much.
Andrew, this is Sean and Kim. We just want to say you rock. And I love the way that you kept your focus, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And you guys are a true testament to that, even without having coffee or chocolate. And we know that when that does come, your business is going to go to a whole nother level, that you're building a business on what you have at hand. And, hey, you grow where you're planted, bro. Thank you.
So Andre just proved out that, what you focus on is really what you create. And, guys, we do have an amazing, congratulations. Francisco is a thousandaire with the company. Congratulations, buddy. But what I wanted to say is that I was talking to the person that brought over the skincare line today. And guys, literally, you could build a network marketing company just on those lines. In fact, each one of those products could pretty much build a company on that one product. And we have product after product after product. Yes, the coffee is amazing. The chocolate is amazing. You could build a company on Xanthamax. They're building a company on Xanthamax and the Keto Cray. They're building a business on that. There are people that are coming into the team in Australia that all they know is Keto Cray and the Xanthamax, and they're winning. So what it really boils down to is what you get fired up about. You can hear Andre's passion on the products that he's using. Guys, it's our passion, it's our energy that basically attracts people. So, you know, it was, I keep bringing this up because it blew me away when Lizzie shares her background and what the focus in the power of positive energy has done for her business. It just blows me away and proves that, guys, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice any day. You don't have to learn everything. If you can get fired up about what the products are doing for you and share that story with people, you can go out there and win in a big, big way. So I was talking to my friend, and I'll close it out with this, guys. I was talking to my friend earlier, and she was sharing with me that they're doing similar things with the groups, kind of like what we are, on how we're building with the group pages. And you just had Tony, who is amazing. You heard her group by itself is over 12,000 people. And what I noticed, like immediately, like it hit me, and what they're doing is they're adding people to a group, then they're tagging them in a message that has to do something with what they might be dealing with. For instance, if somebody wants a weight loss goal, like they might have a weight loss goal, go find the story in the page that is a weight loss story and tag that person in that story. So you tag that person in the story. And then she said, when they go to Messenger, and it's so funny, like, guys, I've been in this industry for 20 years, and she goes, it's baseball, it's baseball. I'm like, it's baseball. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, we used to teach the baseball, running the diamonds. We were teaching, you know, basically when you get started, you have you're getting started, and you're going to basically prospect, which is going to be prospect to present. And I wrote a couple notes here that I'll share with you guys real quick, because she said it a little bit different, which I found interesting. But I used to draw out the, you know, just running the bases, and this is all we do. And I just kept it really simple, running the bases. And she used the same thing, but just a little bit different verbiage. I was going to say verbation, because she says, you know, the first base is the invitation. You're inviting people to take a look at something. You're inviting them into the group page. You're inviting them onto a Zoom call. You're inviting them to look at information on what we do. You're inviting them to look at a 3-minute deal. And then the presentation. Guys, the presentation is to where they get the information. Well, when they're on a group page, the presentation is the stories. The presentation is seeing all those different things. And then validation is when you're locking them into someone else. You know, a lot of us use the 3-way call. Other people use the messenger. Like if you talk to Jen Marsh, that's all she does is messenger on there. And what I really got out of talking to Amy earlier, it's another Amy, right? Amy shared with me, she said, we were doing the messenger chat kind of just like, oh, welcome and good to have you. If you have any questions, you know, let me know. And she said that, well, in person, if she was doing a welcome call or talking to someone, that she would say, you know, hey, what attracted you? What has you excited? Whatever. And immediately I thought, you know, I'm not personally always doing that. Like if somebody attaches me in a thread, I might just say, hey, what's up? Welcome to the team. Like, congrats. If I can do anything for you, let me know. And guys, that's not building rapport. See, this business is about building relationships. And this was so apparent to me because I'm like, duh. Like, I mean, I know this, but do I always do it? No. So guys, when you connect someone to someone else, what I recommend, and I got this and immediately clicked, is immediately start asking them questions and get to know them. See, we used to teach, I don't have a pen, but I'm going to grab one. But we used to teach form. And originally when we started in this journey, we talked about it a lot. But because everything is so simple, we were just keeping everything simple. And guys, this is not something for you to get bogged down on or anything like that. But I just want to write this down real quick so you know we're in a relationship building business. And form stands for family, occupation. So occupation or job, right? Recreation, what do you do for fun? And motivation or money, whatever you want to call it, right? So I'm just going to write motivate. So guys, when you get linked to somebody in a messenger thread, how about you ask them something instead of just saying, hey, welcome, congrats. But if you have any questions, I'm here for you. Say, you know, hey, I understand you just started on the product. Francisco told me a lot about you. I'm really excited to get to know you. What has you excited about, you know, joining the team? What has you excited about the product? What, you know, what are you feeling? Just start the conversation off so where you can start building rapport and then start finding out about that person. Guys, when you start to really build a team and when you start to really have a cohesive group is when you know your people's people, and not only their people, but their family. And you're finding out about their kids. You're getting to know their kids. You're meeting their kids, right? You're getting to know what motivates that person, what drives them, what gets them excited, what is their driver. We started the call off about this. But if you can focus on really getting to know people instead of having it be about you and get to know them, find out about their family. How many kids do they have? Oh, no way, I have kids too. Build bridges, right? People like themselves. People like themselves. So build bridges. Find out about their job. It makes sense if you find out about their job, what they've been doing, how long they've been doing it, what they like most about it, what they like least about it. What do they do in their free time? What do they do for fun? What drives them, right? And then what motivates them? Why do they want the money? How is their life going to change? And guys, when you can really, and it doesn't have to be, this is just drawing it out to give you like a visual. But guys, it's about building relationships. You don't do it like this. You don't do it like, oh, let me find, you don't have to do it in order. But this is about building relationships and getting to know your people. Building real quality relationships. Again, people don't quit family, but they'll quit a business. If you create that family environment, if you create that love, that connection, people are striving for connection. Create that place where they feel like they can grow. Create that place where they feel like they're a part of something, where they feel like they're contributing. Guys, you do that, your business is going to blow up. So the number one thing, and tie it all back in, what I started talking about originally was we said the number one thing we can do is build relationships. The number one thing we can do is figure out people. So guys, this is what it's all about. So when you are put on a messenger thread with people, start getting to know them on the messenger thread. Don't do like what I've even personally done. Oh, let me know if I can help you. Congratulations, go get them, Tiger. Build a relationship with those people. Let them know that you care about them. Let's go out there and rock out this month. Guys, just wanted to let you know that, again, we're going to have another record month. We're already, as a team, right at $1 million in sales on the 15th. You guys are phenomenal. If you keep this up, it's possible we can hit $2 million closing out this month, which will be the best month ever for this team. Last month, you guys did over 1.6 million. And I just see this thing growing and growing and growing. I want to congratulate every single one of you all. I want to let every one of you all know that you make a difference in those numbers. Every customer you do, every promoter you bring on board, you make a difference. You are contributing. Those numbers are basically also a reflection of people breaking ranks. And many people are going to break ranks this month because of the little things that you do. Even though you don't see them as a big deal, they are a big deal. See, this business is about getting a whole bunch of little deals to make the big deal. It's about getting a whole bunch of people to do a little bit, and then that's how you get a lot. With that being said, guys, we're going to close out the call. Love you all. Appreciate you all. You have every seed that you need. This is your time to win. Let's go out there and make this our best month ever for every single one of you all. Everybody have a fantastic night. We'll unmute the call. Everybody can say good night, scream, do whatever you want to do, and we will see you
guys. Thank you.
Good night.
All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.